Hello, and welcome to the on-record portion of the Rockbridge Report. I'm Kathryn Young, joined here today by Michelle Trout, the recent elect for the Rockbridge County Clerk of Court office. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you.
My first question for you is, why did you first decide to run for the Clerk of Court position?
Okay. I have worked in circuit court for over 21 years. I've been Chief Deputy Clerk for 16 years. So for me, this was the next step. And when Bruce decided to retire, I thought, well, why not? So that's why I decided to run.
Wonderful, thank you. So what else about your background do you have to share? I know you said that you worked in the court system for 21 years. What have you done in the courts over the last portion of your career?
That's a lot. Well, when I started for Bruce, I started on deeds and land records. So we recorded the deeds, all of the land records, and then I indexed them. Then I moved over to the will side and sort of a miscellaneous position where we handled concealed handgun permits and that type thing. And then I moved over to the civil side so many years after that. And that's the divorces and adoptions, name changes. And then transferred to Buena Vista Circuit, where I was named Chief Deputy. And in that office, it's small, so you really have to be cross-trained in everything. So I learned criminal there quickly. I had to. So I feel like I've got a pretty good idea of every area in the office. Not so much the administration part yet. I have to learn that now. I've never been the clerk, so this will be new.
Wonderful. Thank you. What are your plans for for when you begin your new position?
It's very exciting. I want to get used to the workload. It's going to be a change from Buena Vista. There's more, a heavier workload here. And then I look forward to getting to know the staff, building relationships with them, and the other personnel in the building, Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, and most of the local attorneys, I know a lot of them just from working in Buena Vista. So that and my main goal is I don't want to compromise the integrity of the office. Bruce has done a great job, and what we do in circuit court is so important, confidential documents, and it's just a lot that we have to cover and be responsible for. So that's my main goal. I obviously want to serve the citizens of Rockbridge County and the city of Lexington to the best of my ability. I would like to implement payment by debit and credit. That's exciting. We don't do that in Buena Vista, so that would be a new project.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. What are you most excited about for becoming the clerk of court?
Well, I guess I just kind of said that, I guess. Just to get to know everyone, and it's just a very exciting position. I mean, there's just a lot to it, and I'm very humbled that the citizens have elected me to this position. So I'm just excited to do a great job for the citizens and to keep things moving forward.
What do you think are going to be the biggest challenges that you're going to face moving into the position?
So the workload, I've already mentioned that. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself.
No worries.
It's a heavy workload, and there's a lot involved. With just one criminal file, there's so much to do from start to finish. You've got court in between the beginning and the end, so there's a lot of paperwork that's processed, and we have to prepare court orders and different things like that. So just to get used to that and the volume of the criminal files and the administration part, that's going to be a challenge, but I'm up for it. I'm excited. So, and the judge has already asked for the case imaging system to be put into place. So that will be something that we're going to do, and that's going to be challenging. So we've got a few things in the works.
So when will you begin the new position? I know there's an interim right now, but...
That's a good question. I'm not sure myself. I contacted the voter registrar, and she's not sure. The State Board of Elections meets November 20th to certify the election, so sometime after that. So hopefully it'll be soon. I'm excited to get started.
Well, great. What are you doing in the meantime to prepare for?
I'm still working in Buena Vista Circuit, so I'll just continue that, and I'm going to get with my boss and get him to show me some, administration things that I don't know. There are things that only the clerk does, so he's going to help me with that, and I'm really happy about that too. I have a great relationship with him, so he'll help me along the way. And there are other clerks in surrounding counties that I have relationships with. So we really have to work together, and we can't know everything all of the time. So that's a good thing to have that support system.
What are some of the things that are different from what you're doing right now that you're going to be doing in the position of the clerk of the court? Because I know there's a lot of responsibilities that come with the clerk of the court position.
Well, when my boss is away now, as chief deputy clerk, I do the things that he's not there to do. So I have a good understanding of what is expected, but I've never been the boss. So, being the boss is going to be very different, but it's a great staff, and I think that we're just going to work smoothly together. So I think it'll be a smooth transition.
Wonderful, thank you. You had mentioned earlier that one of the things that you hope to do is to implement debit and credit payment into the system. Are there any other things that you are kind of on the top of your list for things to do once you enter your position as clerk of the court?
Well, the case imaging system that I mentioned earlier, the judge really would like to have that in place, and that's the digital filing of the criminal and civil files. So that will be very beneficial to the local attorneys and just court personnel. They can look at a file without actually handling it, so that will be very beneficial. And that's going to be a pretty big project. So between the debit and credit, that shouldn't be too bad, I hope. But then the case imaging is going to be a big deal. It's going to take a while.
Okay. Well, great. Thank you. Is there anything else other than the case imaging and the debit and credit that are kind of on your list, or are you just playing it by ear?
I just want to play it by ear. Like I said, I want to keep the office intact. Okay. I want to keep the integrity of the office. I need to get used to my role, and I don't want to make a lot of huge changes right off the bat and add more workload to the staff that's already there. I want to take my time and do it right.
Well, so, wonderful. Thank you so much. It was really wonderful to meet with you today, and I really appreciate all of your answers for today.
Thank you.
This was the on-record portion of the Rockbridge Report. I'm Kathryn Young here today with Michelle Trout. Thank you so much.
Thank you.